What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. And EA Sports is going to be dropping PRIMETIME Deion Sanders. It's expected to be tomorrow. He's part of the AKA. I believe George Kittle is going to be the other card. But either way, more than likely, it's going to be released. EA Sports will put it out that card is coming, right? And many of you guys know that, Deion Sanders is going to be a must-have type of player. It's must-have content, and everybody gets real crazy. But you don't have to spend money. I'm going to explain to you guys why, right? So obviously, if you've been watching my channel, you guys already know. You already liked the video. Probably some of you guys liked it twice. It's all good. If you haven't, go ahead and like it right now. But one of the major things that I always emphasize, right, is to make sure your AKA challenges are done. Now, there's several different reasons why I try to tell you guys to have it done. Mainly because if something happens where the game glitches with the tokens and you're able to get anything like what they did with the Legends, you'll already have it in advance. Okay, so you won't have to worry about like, oh snap, I gotta play this challenge. I'm short or whatever. You're gonna already have what is needed to, go ahead and take advantage of the glitch. Just remember, at every launch, the reason that some of them are delayed is because EA Sports, they find things that may be an issue before it's released. So when they do make the mistake of dropping content and they think it's sweet, the community is all over it. Like, we're ready to go. Like, oh, okay, you think it's sweet? Let's get it. All right, so this is what I want you guys to understand, right? With the way that this is set up, we know that there's going to be probably a limited version of Deion Sanders PRIMETIME, right? And they're going to be a basic version. Now, this is why I don't believe in this instance you have to spend money. With Andrew Luck, it was a situation where you probably should, if you were going to try the card out, do the limited, because the basic card is trash. But look, guys, remember, if you go and complete the set, there is a chance for you to get the vintage version. So you can simply start to stockpile once they drop it and confirm it in a little bit over on their X channel, EA Sports _MUT. You'll be able to know what's confirmed, and based on the overall, you'll know what you need. So you can pretty much pre-build it. It is worth it, especially for my no money spent players, to go ahead and put together the cards that are needed and try the odds of trying to pull the vintage. I've seen a lot of people pull vintage cards early on. Once you know that the content is live, do not do it until EA Sports actually posted on X that the content is live, because you may just end up getting, trash. But usually within the first couple minutes, maybe 0 to 10, you know what I'm saying? If you're right there and you go ahead and complete the set, it's a higher chance you're gonna get the vintage, because they kind of shoot them out early. That's how they end up on the auction house like that. Obviously some people buy the underpriced packs, like the $20 packs and stuff like that, for your chance at it. But EA Sports has taken away that pack over the last couple weeks because too many people were actually pulling the vintage. So this is something that I want you guys to understand. It's very, very important. If you want to pre-build it and get a chance at getting it, it's going to save you, money, so you don't have to spend money in getting him, because his vintage card is going to be faster and have crazy stats. So in that case, you're more than likely going to want that. The next thing is this, right? If you can't afford the vintage and you say like, yo, G, I'm not a member, I got a question about this, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, like I said, I'm gonna give it generality because I only focus in on the additional questions with the members, but I give you guys general knowledge about the game, all right? In this situation, because he's a corner and he's gonna already have decent speed, you simply need to have a theme team, based on the team that he was on. In my case, I chose Washington. Okay, now there are different reasons behind why I chose Washington, but it works out right now that we're actually going to be getting Deion Sanders, and I'm going to tell you why. Regardless of what we need to do in order to upgrade the squad, adding a corner like Deion Sanders is already going to put us over the top. And what that means is, regardless of all the other corners that are available in the game, Dion is going to be a staple, whether you blitz him out of the slot, whether you have him outside. In this year's Madden, I would say, previous Maddens, we'd be like, yo, we're going to blitz him like, dollar, whatever, nickel. We're going to have him as a slot corner. I would say with this year's type Madden, he should be on the outside, because the better corners actually play better this year in Madden 25 than they did last year. Like the undersized, Dion like 6 foot, like he's going to still play well. They took away the overall advantage with the height, which is why Champ Bailey will box everybody up, including like a 6'6" Marcellus Bennett. Like, he goes crazy because they kind of changed the aspect of it. But Dion is probably going to be a player that's going to start on the outside, and then I'll move Terrion Arnold into the slot. Okay, now again, we all know he played for the Cowboys. He played for a lot of teams, bro, the Niners, whatever. You can decide how you want to do it, but if you get the card that's not vintage, you'll still get that bonus speed, which will make him, primetime. Another thing about primetime in Maddens, no matter what Madden year it is, he comes with built-in secure tackler. So having him on the field is always more productive. The other thing that one of the members asked me about, and I get asked the same question usually every year, is if you should put him at safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, should we just rock him at safety because he's undersized? Make sure he can speed up and always be able to recover and not get beat deep. Again, like I told you earlier, I believe that he should play corner. Like, just straight stock corner. Okay? Because you got to remember, Champ Bailey is what? I think he's like 6'1" or 6 foot. Like, this guy is he's 6 foot. The other guy is 6 foot also. Terrion Arnold. And these are my outside guys. I know guys like Woolen and all the other dudes or whatever, but I'm telling you, in this year's Madden, you really don't have to go crazy, regardless of the type of defense that you play, because that's just what's going to happen. Now, when you go over, I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about, just so you guys have an assessment of it, regardless of how big your wide receiver is. If you don't know how to moss, see, the thing that makes me different from everyone else, if you guys have been watching my channel for a long time, is that I always throw streaks. I don't care. That's my offense. Like, I'm throwing a streak, like right now. Like, when I'm sleeping, I'm throwing streaks. Everybody knows I'm throwing streaks, right? This is my situation, though. I can go ahead and throw a streak because I know that I'm going to catch it at least 96% of the time. For those of you guys that don't know how to do it, right? What happens is you end up in a situation where the guy has to be actually, has a step or be open and stuff like that. This is the advantage, right? It doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you guys an assessment of what happens. Now, Kyle Pitts is 6'6", okay? What is it? DK Metcalf is 6'4". He grew an inch since last year's Madden. All right. So with that being said, right, just take a look at what's going on. Even though they both have the double me activated, that's not what I want you guys to focus in on. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to throw the ball regularly, right? I'm just going to throw it up, right? You see like how he has double me and everything like that? You see the way that the corner or whatever, you see how he plays it? It doesn't really matter that he's so much bigger than him. That's just a regular streak. All right. This is why I'm telling you, in previous years, it actually mattered if you had the height, outside at corner. It honestly doesn't matter, because if you're able to position any size player, it won't really matter. DK Metcalf was open too, but you're going to beat people on streaks. You're going to do different things like that. But if a player is contested, if that ball is thrown and it's contested as a basic streak, like if you just throw it up, it doesn't matter. They're going to play like that. They're going to swat it. They're going to do different things. Now, when I go for a moss, right, depending on the coverage that I see, like I'm going to go for a moss right here, right, and I'm just going to moss him. It doesn't matter about the height. Okay, and remember, this is all Madden, so the computer is going to play it as OP as they can. This is how I lab, as far as like the streaks go and all that stuff. I lab it based on that, because I know the computer's going to cheat. And everybody that knows about what the CPU does on all Madden, you know that you're good to go. So, with that being said, if you can look at it and you can see the height differential just based on how big DK Metcalf actually is compared to Terrion, right? But it doesn't really matter. If I don't throw the ball the way that I want it and moss him, okay, he's going to contest it. That's just all user. That's just knowing how to do that. So those are just some of the things that you would have to practice in practice mode, understanding the streak, things like that. That's the only advantage. If the ball is contested, regardless of the height, it won't matter. It just won't. None of that will matter. Like right here, he's getting mossed again. Like, I don't care. Like, I know what I'm doing, so it's different. But if I just throw it out there, the corner's height doesn't really matter. So that's why I'm saying Deion Sanders, for me, he's going to start on the outside. Because I know this year, if I click on and it's a contested catch, Dion is going to jump higher than a 9-foot person. And that's just the way the game is designed. So just make sure that you're labbing it on all Madden and it's competitive, and you'll be able to get better to kind of feel out what exactly is going on as far as the height differentials with the players. But let me know if you're interested in getting Deion Sanders, and we'll talk about it. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.